everyone.
Hello.
And welcome to Kirsty and Bryony's Comfort Zone.
I'm Kirsty.
And I am Bryony, and 'tis a new year. And you know what that
Happy
means.
New Year. You know what that means? It means it's not just Kirsty and Bryony, it's
the Rythian special.
Wow.
What season is this? Is
4? 5?
Oh, I thought you meant like
no.
The weather season.
Why? 'Tis Christmas season.
It's winter, Bryony.
Into the middle of summer.
That explains why it's so cold.
It's very
Depends on if
cold.
we're in the northern or southern hemisphere. You know, in Australia, it's probably summertime right now.
True.
True.
I'm not there.
No, but maybe one of our listeners are. Post
Maybe.
in the comments if you are from Australia
He's
or
good at
down
this.
about that region.
It's because he's been on the podcast so much.
Yeah, I'm experienced now.
Been waiting a whole year for this. It's raring to go.
Yeah, it's been a while since I was on, but you know, I've been there so many times at this point. I'm basically the third member.
That's it.
Well, I think because we dream about you so often, it feels like
You're in
here
every
all the
episode
time.
anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's
People
probably
who
true.
start
Special
listening,
guest.
they're like, who the hell is Rythian? This is
I know.
Rythian.
They keep mentioning this Rythian guy.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point there should be some sort of explanation. Just so you know, Rythian is one of our friends.
We need like a list of all the extra people we mention. Yeah.
Rythian is our sleep paralysis demon that we dream about all the time.
Yeah, every now and then he shows up. We have a horrible time, and then he shows up
No!
again. Well, if I'm the sleep paralysis demon, that would be pretty horrible, to be fair.
I don't know. I think you made me a sandwich in one of my dreams the other day, so... Or maybe I had to make you one. I can't remember. But either way, a sandwich was involved, so that's good.
That sounds good immediately. I'm
Yeah.
already a fan.
I think I dream about Xylus more.
Yeah,
be
you did
honest.
mention
I
that.
don't
He just
dream about
comes up in my
Silas.
dreams all the time. I don't know why.
Banned from my dream.
Banned.
You had like an
Banned.
exorcism and got rid of Dream
Yeah.
Xylus.
I've got a big sign, no Silas allowed.
Try kind of him to respect that sign at least and not show up.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. He didn't even reply to my DM that I sent him the other day, so maybe that's why.
Did you tell him about a dream?
No, I did the for some reason I was streaming GeoGuessr and people were like, you should try an 100% the Netherlands map. I don't remember how this came up. So I did. And then I sent him a message with a screenshot just saying, completed it, mate. And he never replied.
Wow.
Everyone was like, Silas is going to be so proud of you.
To be fair,
And then he's French, so why would he care?
yeah, why would he care? He's
true.
also been locked in hard on Minecraft, so you can't
God.
really get him away from it. I logged into Minecraft at like, I don't know, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock yesterday morning, and there he was at the same time in the evening. he's not left that
one of
server.
those
That's
things
more
where like,
impressive to me that he's on that early rather than he's on that late. Because when he's not, working, he keeps streamer hours like the rest of us, which means up until like 4
I think
or 5
he's just
or
up
whatever.
and then Minecraft,
Yeah.
and then Minecraft, then bed.
Yeah.
is
he's
it
been
that thing where
100%
friends
focusing.
like start a server together and then you're like, oh, this is nice. We built a little house. Okay, same time tomorrow. And you get back and there's just a factory surrounding
Literally,
the house.
that
You're
is
like, oh my
exactly what
God.
has happened.
That's pretty much
He
it.
has built a factory because we're on all the Create, the mod, and he's just built this entire factory. And it's like, hey guys, I've automated netherite and everything else. We got a zinc factory here. We got gold. We got blah, blah, blah. Oh, you want to take it? Maybe don't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, he said it's just free for everyone to take, unless they take all of the netherite, and then he doesn't want that to happen.
It's funny because like Silas didn't join in for a while.
Yeah.
We played for a bunch. And then eventually it's like, you know what? I want to give this whole creating a go. And that's pretty much all he does. He doesn't leave the base. He just builds
Yep.
wild machines ultimately. He says it basically ticks the same or scratches the same itch that like plate up automation does for him, like building machines to make things happen. So
Imagine someone just staying at the base and never adventuring.
Imagine only playing on Create. Weird.
crazy.
It's like when we did the Jingle Jam Minecraft thing and Sarah kept on being like, you have so many hours in Minecraft. I was just like, yeah, but I spend it making spaghetti. I don't know what you can, like, she was like, make some food. And I was like, I don't actually know what vanilla food there is.
Because it's just Farmer's Delight, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know how you play Minecraft.
There's a certain different way to play Minecraft. Like some people play it, you know, speedrun vanilla or do things the standard way or try to do this and so on. Whereas for us, often it's like, okay, why are we playing? It's probably because we have some crazy mod. Let's play with this crazy mod and really do this and this and this and this. So it's hard to know what's what, because if you're not interested in making whatever the hell normal vanilla food, it's because you're busy making burgers and lasagna and the real food mod, you know?
I like hunter-gathering. That's me. I'm the gatherer.
That's good and needed, though. You need, like, when the crazy scientists and wizards are going, I've run out of this.
Well, Xylus won't run out of anything now, so I'm out of a job, I'm afraid.
Oh, no.
Even my netherite, he's like, I've automated netherite. I'm like, I'm not logging in anymore.
I don't even understand. How do you automate mining things? Do you just... Is there like a block that you can constantly mine from or something?
Yeah, so with Create, with Create, a lot of the metals you have to build machines that crush cobblestone and then like rinses it, and then the metal comes out of it in shards or whatever, and then you have to put them back together. And then for netherite, you have to break netherrack or make it into nether bricks or something like that, and then do the same thing to make ancient scraps. So it's very complicated.
Yeah,
it's like I was looking at Alchemy Factory the other day. That's another like, it's like medieval Factorio. You're an alchemist, and I was looking at it and I was like, I want to do this. It's like I got back into playing because I was so sad that I was ill for the Jingle Jam plate up, and I had big FOMO watching the stream. So when I felt better, I was like, I'm just going to do a little bit of plate up. And then I ended up doing like 3 streams of it and going back hard into the buffet automation and just being like, I'm home.
Yeah. I think I raided you once or twice or popped in and I saw you had a crazy restaurant and I'm like, classic Brian doing plate up.
Classic.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, no, that's been the Christmas project for our Discord. Private little server, the Olive Create mod pack, and we've just been making stuff. Some of us have gone hardcore into Create, mostly Silas and a couple of other people as well. I've barely touched it still. Like I've done a little bit of it, mostly just like, oh, you can make a really handy item storage method. Thank you, I'll do that. But for the most part, otherwise, I built first a little base, then a second little base, been out and adventuring, exploring, and yeah, that's about it. You know, I have different interests when it comes to modded Minecraft than some. I think Create is a cool mod, but it's very glorpy.
I've done a little bit of Create and I understand it a lot more now. But I like just going out, and my strip mine is my favorite thing. I go down to the mine and then I strip.
Yes. Very exciting, honestly.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's hot work, you know.
Yeah. It's hot work. But in the nether, I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of my strip mine, but it's defunct now and I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Silas showed me his automated netherite, like, look, you're going to like this. And I opened the chest and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like it. In fact, I hate this.
It feels like in the real world when your job is being taken away.
Yeah,
by
it's been taken away by robots.
Fired, yeah. Now you can do it if you want to, I guess, but like it's just doing it automatically. So okay, I guess I'll do nothing then. You know,
I'll just sit and wait.
That's why we're back on the roulettes in Final Fantasy.
Exactly, it's Silas's fault.
Yeah,
I keep getting this thing where if I'm looking at a map on GeoGuessr, and it will typically be like there be like a canal system or something in a particular city, and I'll look at it and my brain immediately goes, oh, strip mine. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Which is every time I see that sort of grid, I'm like, strip mine.
Oh dear.
it is a new year. Do either of you have New Year's resolutions?
Oh.
Or do you not do those sorts of things?
I want to try and eat a bit healthier and...
Because I want to try and eat a bit.
I want to try and eat. I want to eat food. Well, mine has been delayed because I've been sick for like over a week, and I'm only just getting better. And I think I'm now in the part of it where I am better, but I'm so tired from where we've been playing Minecraft all the time.
I think New Year's is at a stupid time anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think people they don't want to improve. Who improves themselves in January? January's a write-off.
The entire point of stuff like dry January and veganuary.
I think it's silly. I think New Year's should be done on the seasonal calendar, because I feel like when you're going into spring, you feel like improving yourself more.
That's the thing. It's still winter and the weather's still crap.
This is a much longer story, but we shouldn't change the new year around January. I had a whole big this thread about this at one point on some social media site, where it's the whole stupidity thing of the Romans who moved the dates to shift on January rather than March, which it should have been.
What have the Romans ever done for us?
Well, sewage, patrols.
Who needs that?
Yeah, but other than that, what have the Romans ever done for us?
Yeah, because originally used to be a different time of the year, blah, blah, blah. But March feels roughly like, well, in theory, that's where spring starts, right? So that feels roughly like where something new starts. Spring is supposed to be the calendar season of rebirth and renewal and so on. So that is where New Year should start. But our month and year have been messed around so much by so many different people over the years. So, you know.
On what authority can we change it?
Yes. Just the simple fact that Oct is not the 8th month.
It's not the 8th.
Well, Sept isn't the 7th.
Exactly.
The 10th.
Exactly.
Come on. It's the problem of July and August for Julius and Augustus has been added in.
Bloody Romans.
It was actually not originally there. It was later on. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So.
Well, I'm deciding to delete those months.
Nice.
Take them back out again.
Yeah.
I don't like that they put June and July next to each other. Because people who have birthdays in either June or July, I don't remember which birthday your month is in.
I get that, yeah.
Wait, which month your birthday is in?
I also want 13 months, not 12.
Oh, no,
but that's unlucky, though. That's bad luck.
No, I don't believe that. Because
what would you call the 13th month?
Saturnus, I don't know, whatever. Saturner, I don't know, whatever. Something like that. We could pick something.
Rythian.
Sagittarius. I don't know. That's just full on a different thing. I don't know. We'll figure out something. So then each month would be 28 days. And we wouldn't have like the alternating number of it, which is the dumbest. Why do we have alternate?
That is
silly.
This
is going to be such a big rant if you.
And you know what else
this.
really gets my goat? Time zones. What about time zones? You want to?
No, Kirsty, stop.
Make Australia have their day in the night.
This will be the rest of the podcast if I get on this. We haven't even talked about dreams, to be fair. My favorite episodes of this show is when you barely talk about dreams. So
we always talk about dreams.
Yeah.
I think 28 days would make more, because that's the womb calendar, isn't it?
4 weeks.
The womb calendar.
The moon, the lunar cycle. It makes a lot more sense.
The womb cycle.
The womb.
Because I hate having to write, when I try to predict when the blood moon will rise, and I'm like, oh, wait, no, because it'll be like 2 days earlier than it was this month because of that's how it works.
Yeah.
But I hate having to try and think that ahead. Whereas if it was 28, I could just be like, bam, that day.
Every month would also always be 4 weeks. They would always start on a Monday and end on Sunday. Months would work. Anyway, it's a whole thing.
The whole thing.
I think we should just change the world. I think we can do it.
Change the world.
I'll be on it. You know, I'll sort it.
All right. Nice. Start thinking of names for the 13th month.
New baby animals in Minecraft.
They did do that.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Our little mod pack, there's a baby creeper called a creepy.
Oh, like Rythian's cat that he looked after in the game we played.
When?
You're going to have to remind us about that.
Yeah, remind me. I don't remember.
No, it was we did a Sim Sunday.
Oh, I wasn't there for that. Okay.
An animal rescue, and it was called Crep.
Yeah,
And Rythian kept on saying, creepy.
Yeah. Creepy, yeah. I remember. Oh.
Creepy.
And one of the
Creepy
comments was
paper.
me when I asked the waiter for creepies.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Good stuff. It was good.
Have you been having dreams this year? Or in our big old break we had?
A bit. I think basically, if you tell me that there's a comfort zone possibly upcoming, I start remembering dreams more because my brain is sort of primed to think
We
about
put
it.
the fear into you.
I wish that worked for me.
Because otherwise, I think for you is because this is episode 180 or whatever.
No.
It's a standard now. So
Is it?
versus for me, I'm usually not on here every week. So
See, I actually have been dreaming more because I know that Rythian's here.
I see.
And I won't be able to read them out.
If Rythian's dreaming, I'm dreaming better.
So normally I have like, it's something, I guess. Oh well, and it fades away immediately. But like knowing there's comfort zone coming, I'm like, all right, let's keep in mind if there's good. So I'm remembering to record them and stuff. But so there's been a few.
I've been having real like floaty dreams, like bits and bobs.
Yeah, I mean that's usually what mine is. There's just like I have a vague impression of like, I think that dream was about this or something. Anyway, and then I wake up and then that's about it, you know.
That's exactly what I did last night. I know I had some sort of dream and it was quite vivid and I forgore. It's gone. It flew away.
I think I had a dream recently. You know when something just comes back to you in the day and you're like, oh, was that a dream? I think I had a dream about eating dust.
I feel like you've mentioned that to me. Maybe.
Right.
Dust.
And
then I had a weird dream about there being a scary river, and I was walking home from somewhere and I was scared to walk down it, and then a bunch of like Girl Scouts were coming down and they walked me down
terrifying.
the river.
Wait, they walked you down? So they walked with you?
They were really nice,
To keep you safe from the river.
But
That's
they were all
good.
like in their early 20s. They were very old Girl Scout troop.
They've been walking along that river for years.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Limewood this morning was telling me about he's like, oh, have you heard about these different Swedish folklore things? And then it was just like, oh, this is an old man who plays the violin and then drowns you in a river. This is a horse who drowns you in a river.
Drowns you in a river, yeah.
It's just like, does everyone just...
That's what all of the English folklore
drowning
things
in
are
rivers?
too. It's just women dragging you into rivers, always.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Limewood for 3D printing me a little chocobo, by the way, and giving me some fan fancy cards.
Yeah,
Very
Limewood
cool.
sent the things to all three of us, and you finally got yours.
It was that chronicle getting this thing, but we got there in the end.
To Sweden and back and Sweden and back.
Yeah, pretty much. And originally, Limewood is also from Sweden, so the whole thing traveled via the office ended up being so annoying. But yeah,
Sweden, office, Sweden.
well, sort of, yeah.
More or less. And then
Yeah,
other
pretty
places
much.
in between.
Yeah, exactly. But around eventually.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Foil Shiva, so that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. You got so many good cards because for context, Limewood sent us all Magic the Gathering cards in our little packages. And Rythian opened his and I was like, I don't have that one. I don't have that one. I don't have that one. I guess I need to go and buy some more.
Kirsty has bought
It's
a
the
lot
only
of cards.
way.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
But I play with them. People are like, Ted asked me the other day, he was like, do you actually play with them? I was like, yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I play with them in person, so
Not everyone
I'm
has,
allowed to spend all my money on them.
Because a lot of people buy them and then they sit there and go, nice collection, nice.
Yeah.
But you actually regularly on the reg go out and play cards with people. Not a lot of people have a group they meet regularly in person. In-person friends they meet regularly to actually play games, Magic and stuff with. So
Yeah. Like we've tried to set up some office games, but I think it happened once and it was on a day I couldn't make, and then it didn't happen again.
yeah.
I would play if you have a commander deck. I will play with you. I don't have any regular decks made up, but I'm sure I could make one if I had to. I have enough cards.
Next time you're in Bristol.
Okay. Good.
Or I'm in Hertfordshire, as I have been recently. I might be back in February, actually.
Yeah?
I want to try and go home more this year.
And you live at home.
You live at home, silly goose.
We'll go home. Although, I don't know where
I don't think of...
I'm from anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think of my childhood, like, house or whatever as home. Because no one in the family lives there anymore. So that's not home for me anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. My home is here. But my parents moved out of our childhood. Well, not childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the thing. My parents still live in the house I grew up in.
Yeah, if they still live there.
Like,
Like,
home, yeah, that's fair.
But they've changed it so much. Every time I go home, it's different now.
It probably has been a while since you were there, so...
Yes.
I mean,
they are allowed.
why is my room not exactly the same?
Yeah, what the hell? Of course, it's been 20 years. No, keep it the same.
As soon as I moved out of our... like my childhood home, my parents ripped up the carpet, repainted the walls, and redecorated the whole thing. It was like, she's out, let's go.
Yeah, as soon as I moved to Bristol, my parents got rid of most of my stuff. They turned my bedroom into my niece's playroom. So it's hers instead now. And then the first time they visited me in Bristol, when I got a house, they literally just boxed up all of my childhood stuff and brought it down and dumped it in the house and were just like, you can deal with it, we're not having it. And I was like, okay.
Mine did that when they moved.
Damn.
They were like, we're clearing out the loft, take what you want. And we were clearing it out, and we found all of my old Beanie Babies, or Beanie Buddies, like the big ones. And
Yeah.
I was like, I can't take them. I don't have the space. I was like, just chuck them. And it was like, okay. And then we put them in a pile, and I just started crying. I was like, you can't chuck him. They're too important.
I'll make room.
I love them so much. Please don't chuck them away. So now they're in my parents' new house.
If you like them so much, why don't you have them?
I don't have space.
Well, then that's a problem.
They have a loft to put things in. I don't.
And
My
they're
loft
just
is
gonna-
the
they're
next
just gonna
flat.
Sit there. They're just going to sit there.
Yes, and then every now and
Get a
then I'll go up
ceiling
there,
hammer.
I'll open
Every
the
now and then
bag,
go up there and look at them and then leave.
and then I'll go, and then I'll put them away again.
Oh. And do you know what? They live for those moments. That's
They
the
do.
highlight of their year.
Exactly.
I don't think they do.
I used to kiss everyone on the head before I went to sleep every day.
How many were there?
A lot.
Okay.
I was scared of the dark, so I could make a wall out of them between me and the rest of the bedroom because there were so many.
Jesus. I don't know. I'm not a big stuff guy. I get rid of things. I get rid of a lot of things.
I literally, every time I am in a shop and I'm like, who would buy this? My brain goes,
Me.
Kirsty.
Yeah. Kirsty would buy everything.
People
I
were
don't.
like, you're
I
so
get rid of
easy to
things.
buy presents for. I'm like, yeah.
If it's a thing that she sort of thinks is nice, she will have it and keep it and love it. So like, okay, cool.
Because like all of my family are very much, we just want practical things that are consumable or will be used, or, you know, one use type things, food, that sort of stuff. And so when I buy presents for you, it's such an indulgence to actually buy things. It's fun.
I just love things.
Yeah.
They're so nice to have.
If I get a thing, I think, cool. Then I just put it somewhere. And after a while, it's like, it's kind of in the way. And I put it elsewhere out of sight. And then eventually I turn around and it's like, why are there so many things here? They're nice, I guess, but they're just taking up space. So ultimately, then
I can't imagine thinking like that.
I just pick the best things and I get rid of the rest. And I think a lot of people would probably think that's heartless, but...
No, I think I know a lot of people like that. Yeah. People who like just don't like tap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the opposite problem of keeping everything. I was tidying because one of my New Year's resolutions is that I will spend like 10 minutes a day working on my bags of shame because I'm like, it's too big a job. So I'll just get through it slowly.
A little bit, yeah.
And I was going through a bag the other day and I found, this is like a going out bag. And I found like a pot of ketchup. That must have been.
Was it from like when we went camping or something? Because I've done that. Like, me and Brady went camping, or we went to Lyme Regis or whatever. You're unpacking a bag, and it's like, oh, there's that pot of coffee we bought while we were there, or something like that.
Well, I think it was
the first
like
time I went to see.
One.
Oh my god! The first time I went to see Rythian, I don't know if you remember Rythian. I bought coffee when I was there, and I brought it home with me, and that was in my backpack for months, just on the floor. And then it got moved to a bag of shame, and I opened it, and I was like, "Huh, there's the coffee."
It's like there's
there's the coffee. Okay.
We have like a wine cupboard, I guess it would be in our kitchen, just like one of the little slim cupboards for bottles.
Yeah.
And in it, there's like 3 bottles of Tia Maria because I'll be like, I'll go somewhere and then everyone else will be drinking and I'll just be like when we went to Center Parks, and I'll be like, oh, do you know what? I'll treat myself to a Tia Maria. And then I get back, I'm like, oh. And then I've done that 3 times now. Being like, do you know what I just need to remember to bring it with me to places. Yeah. But it's like that. I mean, you must have seen the Instagram that's like, go to the shops, buy a bottle of hoisin sauce, get home. I already have a bottle of hoisin sauce.
I've sent you a picture before, I think. I think it was chickpeas. It was like, because she likes chickpeas, and it was 5 cans of chickpeas. Oh my God, I was like, I'm hungry. I go to the shop, I'm like, I need chickpeas. No, I don't.
Yeah. I went to the shop the other day for 3 things. I came back with a full bag of shopping and only one of the things on the list. And one of them was bin bags. And I was like, oh, you just don't have any bin bags.
Yeah, that's the thing. You always get home and you're like, shit, I forgot.
Yeah. Well, the problem was I remembered as soon as I left the shop, but I was like, well, I'm leaving.
I'm done now. I've had enough.
Spent 2 minutes going back in for vital thing? No.
See, I'm half and half on that. Sometimes I'm on the way out. I'm standing in the line to the cash register or something, and I'm like, I didn't get X. And then I'm like, do I need it? No, I'm probably fine. But sometimes I just like finish, like go out, and I just like put my bags. It's like, I'll just keep that there and then quick run in again for another one. And it's worth it. It's fine. Guess it depends on the store. Yeah. Sometimes they don't like it when you bring a whole bag of recently built stuff or bought stuff, you know. So.
Well, it's like I had a thing where Alex bought this bottle of whiskey and they kept it was in like a big cardboard thing, and it had the tag on the inside, like on the bottle itself. So we got home, opened it up, and he was like, I can't drink it. It's got the tag on it still, like the big clamp ones.
Yeah, the security tag.
That go over the whole lid. So I was like, oh, it's fine. We'll just take it back. And then 2 months went by, he still hadn't taken it back, and we'd lost the receipt. So I had to go back to the shop, buy another bottle of the same whiskey to get the receipt, to then walk home,
to take it back,
to then walk back to the shop with the old one to be like, oh, I just got this and it's got the tag on it.
Now, to be fair, that's smart. I do like that thinking.
That's smart until they check the barcode. And then it's
They probably don't. I bet money it works. So
because I'd had to walk all the way back to the shop, I was like, well, now I need to do the shopping. So I had to be like, the thing you say, I've been like, I just, like, you saw that you took this off. Now I'm going into the shop now, and you better not stop me on the way out. Because you see I have this on the way in.
I'm doing the thing.
Holding it up to the security camera like, look at this.
Yeah.
Because I do the smart shop, and sometimes they do check you. And it panics me.
Oh, is that with the little scanner as you go around?
The self-scan stuff, the self-checkouts.
It feels really naughty because you're just putting things, like, I get that thing where I feel really guilty all the time. Even though I wasn't raised Catholic, I have that instilled in me. And when I'm just like putting things straight into my backpack in the middle of a shop, and I make such a deal of being like, I'm scanning this now.
That was one
I will pay later.
That was one of the things that really threw me the first time I went to see Rythian, because when Rythian buys like Pepsi, he puts it straight into his backpack and then takes it out at the till.
Put it in the backpack,
And he opened his backpack and started putting Pepsi in there, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
He's a criminal.
It's like, oh my God.
Oh my God, he's stealing it.
Are we criming? But yeah, I think it just sort of became a thing where, like, if I'm going to be walking around this store and I only have like one little basket or whatever for other stuff, I can't fill that up with Pepsi. There's no room. And I have my backpack. I'm going to put it in anyway. I'll just like, so what I tend to do is I tend to leave the backpack like open, so that people can see, look, I'm not trying to hide anything. And I'm also like very obviously putting it down. The idea that if anyone's suspicious, they can see I'm not being, weird about it, and they can come and ask me, and I'm like, oh, I'm just carrying it for now. It's been fine. And, I think at this point on, I've been a regular there for like, I don't know how many years, 10 plus easily. So they know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's the guy with the backpack and the Pepsi. So, okay.
One day they're going to get a new employee and you're going to be arrested.
Well, every now and then there is something new, and I have seen every now and then them just sort of looking at me when I go there and just grab Pepsi and shove it in the backpack. But yeah. Or Fanta, Atnaf.
Oh, Atnaf, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the equivalent of when you realize you're walking the wrong way and you make a big display of, it's that way.
Yes.
I better turn around.
I check my phone, pretend I've had a call and go, and turn around.
Yeah, so that you look less insane than turn immediately. What the hell?
Just make a fake phone
weird.
call. We're meeting at the other place? I'll be right there.
Completely faking it. The worst thing is you do, and then the phone calls when you're on the phone. It is weird how it doesn't even necessarily need to be like, no one gives a shit. Like if someone if you just all of a sudden turn around, someone's go, why is that person turning around? That's suspicious that they're turning. No one gives a shit at all.
Well, it's like, I've literally seen people in supermarkets take sandwiches out of the fridge, eat the sandwich, and then scan the packet on the way out to pay for it. Yeah. And that's chaotic for me. But I'm like, if they can do that, I can scan something and legitimately put it in my bag.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff like that where you do things because you've been told this is how the world works. But if you think it through, you go like, well, as long as I'm doing the fair thing and there's no direct rule against it, it's fine. There's so much less things you should be worrying about. I say to everyone, particularly you two, who worry about so many things.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
I've never worried about anything in my life.
What if they hate me? What if I said something? Do you really think they hate you? No, they don't. Everyone likes you. Shut up.
Everyone's mad at me right now.
I've tried very hard to get out of that mindset.
At me?
At me? I don't do that as much as I used to.
Good. Very good.
I think partially, I mean, I have people like you guys to blame for that in a good way, to thank for that. But also Nilesy. Nilesy is one of these guys who, if you're like in a call and you do something like that, like, you like, oh, everyone hates me, or, I don't want to join in. He's like, shut up. Stop being a wallflower. Just be brave and stop being cringe. And it's like, okay. So now I think of Nazi whenever I'm like, everyone hates me. I'm like, stop being cringe.
That's a good way of thinking of it. Specifically, stop being cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's if you ever feel like you're stopping yourself or starting to feel yourself hating yourself or like giving yourself a hard time, it's like if you wouldn't, your friends wouldn't allow you to do this. Just don't do that. Just be better. Be better. You know
Be
it.
better.
You know it. You are better already. Just realize it.
Exactly.
Are you saying this because you're mad at me?
No.
Yes.
Actually, yes, because you haven't joined us on the Minecraft server. To be honest, like
True.
I barely play now. Anyway, I'm kind of done. I'm waiting for a new.
You don't
like,
need to
if
join
anything,
anymore. Silas has automated everything.
Yeah. What is there to do? There's nothing to do.
There's nothing to do.
I would like to play a new one just because I want to see the babies.
Yeah.
Babies.
The little chicks that are just a cube on sticks.
Pretty much. Yeah, I think
Nice.
if we eventually do a new server, you should definitely get in on that for sure.
Yeah.
New server, new mod pack, new stuff.
Yee. Should we listen to a dream?
Oh
yeah. Perchance a dream.
Chance.
Sure. Let me preface this. This is from the 6th of December, which is the night. So it would have been the night between the 5th and the 6th. So right after the Civ game. We had
so-
our Jingle Jam.
Oh, okay, the Jingle Jam one, not the other
Jingle
one.
Jam.
Okay.
Yes. So it was a month ago. We're recording this on the 8th. This was on the, well, I guess it had just become the 6th. And apologies for any noises as I'm reaching to grab the phone and shifting about in my bed. So there's a little bit of that. So, it'll be fine. It's fine, but like, don't overdo it. I have re-listened to it, so I know what's in the dream. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Count us in.
You got it. 3, 2, 1, play.
I dreamt about Stoya, the adult film actress. That
I knew
is
it.
not
I
as
knew it.
sexy and scandalous as you might think, because we made a lot of jokes about her on the Civ stream yesterday. And in this one, I was married to a woman who looked a bit like her. And we had to stay over at Stoya's place and Stoya's wife or Stoya's girlfriend. And I knew I was in a movie. This was like a horror thriller thing, sort of single white female scary movie. And I knew the entire time when I was in it that it was going to eventually become that. But at the moment, we were just discussing things and having a lovely dinner. It was like a beautiful midsummer night's evening, and we were discussing things and eating food. I remember the food I was having wine, which I don't like. I don't like wine, but I was having wine. I remember finishing the bottle of wine and then officially telling, my wife at the time, or fiance probably, maybe, that like, well, it's official. None of us we're staying the night. None of us are staying over, because we'd both drunk it, so we weren't going to go to bed. And then we were talking to Stoya, and then she and my wife, who were getting along very well, were talking about apparently I also looked like some porn star, and this porn star was called Jackbox. and they were joking that Jackbox, haha, what a dumb name, and who wants it anyway when you have Rythian? Or, I mean, I don't think I was called Rythian, I don't know. It was a whole thing. This felt, I didn't feel like myself. I felt that I was taking the role of an actor or a character or something. It felt like this was some sort of movie I was watching where I was put into place of another character. Because I very much felt like I wasn't acting like I would act as a normal like me. I felt like I was in another person's body, and I was doing different things. Like I was eating food I normally don't like. I was married. I was charming, and I was funny. Like I was saying things that felt different than I would. I wasn't like nerdy or whatever. I felt like an actor. I felt like I was a charming movie actor, or a character that a charming movie actor would play. So it was almost as if I was some sort of like VR movie where I took the role of it, which fits in with the idea that I knew that I was in a movie that was going to eventually become all sort of horror and scary. But I didn't know who the villain was going to be. For some reason I feel like it was Stoya's wife that was going to be the dangerous one, or possibly Stoya herself. I don't know. I think because I knew he was her. So it was a weird one, but yeah, it was probably something like that. It was really. But because I'm not really a horror guy, but I knew I was in the sort of horror movie, but it was like exciting. So it very much felt like I knew what I was getting into in a weird way, which is kind of the feeling you have when you decide to rent and watch a horror movie or something. So yeah, I think that was pretty much the vibe I was getting the entire time. It ended before anything either sexy or scary really happened. I woke up when we were walking up this sort of long stairway up to the beds when me and my wife were going to go to sleep for the day. I don't think my wife looked like anyone I know either. Like I feel like they were all actors. They all looked like actors from somewhere. So there was no one. Oh, I dreamt about this person I'm a friend of. No, nothing. They were all just like actors or something. Yeah, it was a very interesting feeling, and yeah, I thought that was a really. I feel like eventually we're going to get to the point where this technology exists, and I feel like I just got like a sneak preview or something. Anyway, that's it. Rythian had a dream about an adult film actress. Oh, but no, nothing like that. All right, bye-bye.
Classic Rythian.
Classic Rythian.
Classic Rythian.
So
when you said Civ, I was like, it's either going to be about the peace whale or Stoya.
I don't know who Stoya is.
Stoya is an adult film actress. She's very goth, like, or alt style. She has a very sort of like very dark, almost black hair, pale, that sort of style. So she was very famous around the end of the 2000s, the noughties, I guess you call it. I hate the word noughties, but yeah, like before 2010 or so, and maybe around that time. The reason we were talking about her on the Civ game was because we were talking about Lord of the Rings, and we were then talking about the Lord of the Rings game, where Shelob can turn into a human, and then she does, and she looks like a sexy goth girl, very similar to Stoya.
Wasn't she is it just a meme that she was modeled on Stoya? Or
I don't know if she actually is, or whatever.
She looks a lot like her.
Because I don't think like they hired in Stoya to do mocap or anything. I think they just like had that look as an inspiration or something. But yeah, anyway, so we talked about Stoya during the stream, and it was funny and so on. So then, when my brain needed like a character, I guess, for this horror story I was playing through, it modeled one of them on her, I suppose. So there you go. But yeah, the interesting thing about the dream I found was how different it felt compared to normal dreams, where normal dreams is like, oh, I'm Rythian, I'm myself, I'm doing a thing, and I'm feeling like myself. Whereas this one was very much not. It felt like I was almost a passive observer, but not in a scary way where they're like, oh no, what's happening? But it's more like, hey, yeah, let's see what happens. That's if I was playing a cinematic game, or like I said, watching a VR movie or something. And I also didn't feel like myself. I felt that I was in the body of someone else, even though my mind was still the same. And yeah, I feel like rather than saying things that made sense, it's almost as if I didn't see like a dialogue wheel or anything, but I almost felt like some of the word choices and things that I said was not things that I would have said. So it had a whole different, almost like observer part to it rather than anything else.
Yeah.
And also, like I said, everyone was so pretty. It's like, okay, these are all like Hollywood actors, the supermodels. And I got to feel like I was also like super pretty, you know, like a really handsome man or something. So it just felt very, I see. This is not like a normal thing in a weird way. This is clearly like, look at all these famous actors sitting around having a fun dinner in you know, the Midsummer Night's evening.
Rythian in his dream. I look quite pretty.
Yeah,
pretty actually.
Rythian in his dream. I knew it wasn't me because I was charming, you know?
Silly.
I have a question that sort of, it popped into my head, but it's sort of not related to this dream, but your dreams in general. If you're dreaming in Swedish, but you're dreaming about a friend who doesn't speak Swedish, do they ever Swedish in your dream speak? Question mark.
I think we mentioned this briefly before.
I feel like we've touched on this.
Dissatisfying answer, because I don't know, really. It's a weird one where I don't think of exactly what was said as in a particular language or not. I can never quite pinpoint if we're speaking a certain language or anything else. I think it's more the speaking dream language, and it's just understood. So I don't think of the exact words being in Swedish or English. I just think of them as like, it's the language that we speak that makes us understood. And I'd be curious to hear if that's similar to other bi or polylingual, multilingual people out there, if you have the same sort of thing, or if you remember exact languages in your dream. So hit us up in the comments for more details on that. Because for me,
smash that like button.
Sure. For me, maybe it's more of a thing because I consider myself fluent in 2 languages, right? So for me, it's just, I can imagine for you guys is like, when we're speaking, of course it's English, because that's, as far as I know, the only language you are perfectly fluent in. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Versus for me, there's at least 2, and I'm sure there's others that have like 8 or whatever, polyglots or something. But So when they're speaking, I just know that like we are making each other understood, and we are speaking in a way, and my brain doesn't exactly know, you used I am here rather than yo I have. So therefore it must be an English dream. It's like, that's not what the dream is about. The dream is just communicating. So
it's like when you read a book in a dream and you can't actually see the words. It's just your brain knows what's on the page.
Yeah. Because it's like a story, right? You know, like whenever if I think about like a fantasy story or whatever, and people read something, I don't necessarily think of them, yes, they're seeing the English words. No, they're probably seeing some fantasy words, but like I know that what they're seeing is this, which I will then translate to you. That's the framing idea of Lord of the Rings, right? Like a translator has found the book and is translating it into English for the reader, you know? Mm-hmm. Which is why it's not crazy when the Urukai says meat's back on the menu.
Back on the menu.
Because that is the translator taking roughly what they said and, you know, making it localized so that someone who reads it now in English would understand what they mean.
Yeah.
That's the excuse anyway.
That's why they have September as well.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
makes sense.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Bryony?
I forgot because I had 3 thoughts at once and then they all cancelled each other.
They crashed.
Out. Yeah, because I started thinking I went to see a film last night that it confused me because I didn't know if it was in Norwegian or Swedish. Because it was set in Norway, but it starred Stellan Skarsgård. And I was like, well, which one is it? I don't know.
He can probably speak
but I was
Norwegian,
thinking
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, apparently it had a little bit of Swedish in. But that was sort of like, it's basically about this guy who's trying to make a film, but then he gets an American actress, and then she's saying, doesn't it seem weird for you to be doing it in English? Like, because it was quite a personal story, and it was quite relevant, but I also don't want to spoil the film for anyone.
What was the film called?
Sentimental Values, or Sentimental Value. But it was very good. But then I'm reading Babel at the moment, which has a lot of stuff about things that are lost in translation and like the art of translation, and how like it's important to capture the vibes. It words it better than that, but it's just about vibes, lol.
It's important to catch the vibes.
Yeah. But then there was a third thought that I don't remember what it was, and that was the one I was going to say, and that's gone now.
It's gone.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
It flew away.
Yeah, it might come back to me. My favourite thing that Stellan Skarsgård said in the film, though, there was a bit where him and an actor from his film are being interviewed, and this guy like asks a dumb question, and he starts shouting at him in either Swedish or Norwegian, I don't think, but the subtitle said TikTok troll, and it was just him going TikTok tomta. It was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I want to start saying that.
TikTok tomte. Yeah. That'll be the same both in Swedish and Norwegian, I think, so doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do you have any books at the ready to look up things?
I do. What would you like me to look up?
Alcohol or
Oh
wine.
my
Okay.
gosh.
Because then I was like quite happily sipping away at a wine as if you
were
would
sipping.
if everyone's having like a good time sitting there, like enjoying themselves. And we both had so much wine that we decided to stay the night, which is probably part of the plot, right? Something was probably going to happen either during the night when we slept or right after or something, right?
Yeah.
Maybe there was going to be some sort of relationship drama, and then that's, someone was going to cheat on someone, and then that was going to lead to someone trying to kill someone,
murder.
right? I also mentioned early in the dream it was a single white female type situation, which I assume is a reference people know at this point. Maybe they don't. It's actually been a while. Do you guys know what it is?
I can imagine I know what it is.
It's a story about basically two people who take in another woman. They seek in the newspaper a single white female to be a roommate or whatever. They take one in, and then she's like a crazy psychopath who wants to take the place of the woman in the family.
Right,
So
yeah.
she's a killer or whatever. So the idea of like, oh yeah, you get back in the day, the 90s and early 0s or whatever, people used to almost use it as shorthand for like, oh, I've been single white femaled, or very single white female, because it's a very famous thing, and that sort of idea of like a crazy person who wants to take someone else's place,
Yeah.
Got it.
There are many different sections. There's alcohol, but it says see also drunk, intoxication, and wine. So they all have their
Wine
own
I guess
specific
they all
things.
sort of be possibly doable. None of us felt particularly drunk, but we were at least responsible enough that we weren't going to drive home. So that would have been driving drunk. So,
Well, the alcohol says, when alcohol appears in a dream, we may need or require a largely pleasurable experience or influence. We have available means of changing perception. We can afford to let go and go with the flow of what is happening to us.
I may need a pleasurable experience. Well, I mean,
You may need a pleasurable
I need
experience.
some
You
pleasurable
may
experiences. Okay. fair.
It also says you should visit Bristol. I don't know what that
So
means.
that's weird.
But
That's oddly specific.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if the dream book says it, then I'll book a flight for next week, I guess. I mean,
Yay! It also says there is the recognition of the potential for emotional confusion, out of which can come clarity. When the normal constraints we put on ourselves in waking life are removed, we can often reach our own truth. The symbol of alcohol can give us permission to do this.
In vino veritas, I guess, is the entire point. I don't know.
I can look up wine.
Wine.
So it gets its own section.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, it's a really long section.
Oh, damn.
I'll read the first part of it. It
Sure,
says,
yeah.
in dreams, wine can suggest a happy occasion. As a substance, it has an influence on our awareness and appreciation of our environment. Oh, there's specifics of like a wine cellar, a wine bottle, a wine glass, a broken wine glass.
It's just, I mean, I guess there was a bottle on the table and then we were drinking from glasses, right? Like, it was that sort of thing, but yeah.
Well, a wine bottle as a source of enjoyment is taken by some to indicate the penis and masculinity.
Of course. How could we have forgotten?
Whereas the wine glass can have two meanings. Firstly, it stands for the container of our happiness. And secondly, it can stand for pregnancy. Wait, what? I feel like wine and pregnancy should
Wine
not
glass and
be.
pregnancy is
don't
not
mix
your
those.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I read
interesting.
recently that it's not the end of the world if you have a bit of alcohol when you're pregnant. You just need to not be like an alcoholic and drink a shit ton, basically. You're like, it is okay if you have some. It's not going to harm the baby. All right. Well, yeah. I think it just represented... I don't think wine was necessarily important, but it represented more a plot development of like, look, they're all having a good time. They're loosening up a little bit, so they're, going to have less inhibitions. And there's also a great excuse for why the Rythian character and his lovely wife are not going home and they're staying the night. It was one of those things where like it served a multi-purpose function in the plot that was going to lead to something eventually.
Did you get the same feeling when you woke up from this dream as when you had your other wife dream where you missed her when you woke up?
No, not at all.
No, screw this wife.
Yeah, no, but like you see...
This wife was an actor, fake.
Yeah, she did not feel like she was real in the same way, right? Like, that was such a weird feeling. The other one, for those of you who don't remember, basically, like I dreamt about being with someone and it was like I was deeply in love with them and I loved them and it was incredible. And I woke up and then she was gone and it was like I had lost someone that never existed in the first place. And it was like a really empty feeling for a while until like my brain eventually go like, you have to get over this. She wasn't real, basically. Yeah. But in this case, that wasn't really the case at all because like all of these people just felt like actors. They felt like characters in a much clearer way. There was less reality to it, but also like I still felt very much like I was sitting at the table, I was drinking, I was talking, but it was very much through like looking through a glass window almost, of knowing there's like a level of unreality to this that doesn't mean it's real, so I can enjoy it therefore. So there was no, like I said, I knew that a horror thing was coming. I think it was some sort of like sexy horror thriller was the point of it, right? So I knew that something, exciting but also scary was going to happen, but it wasn't real. So there was a level of safety, which sort of, like I said, is why people seek out watching horror movies or play horror games. They're like, I'm going to get myself really scared and I'm going to, but I'm still safe because I'm sitting on the other side of a screen and it's okay. So it's like a friendly way of exploring those emotions that doesn't actually hurt you.
It's interesting that you felt like that, like in the dream, because often with a sense of like, oh, this isn't real, comes just, you waking up, it sort of marks the end of the dream, but having that the whole way through is quite cool.
I think it's because this was that double layer, because I realized it was... I felt like I was in a film or a game or a VR experience, but I didn't know that I was dreaming. So it was one of those things where like, if you realize you're a dream, unless you're good at lucid dreaming, right? Like you usually wake up, but I didn't quite realize that I was dreaming. It was more that I'm voluntarily taking part of an existing thing. So that's ultimately why I brought the, dream along to talk about, because I think that is kind of interesting. Also because it's funny that I dreamt about the porn actress, but still, like it's that sort of thing. But yeah.
Am I right in remembering that you're a bit like me, that you don't really do horror? Like you don't like scary games and stuff?
Correct. I don't really play horror games or watch horror movies at all. I'm not really into it at all. I mean, I suppose I'm not going to be one of those guys that say, I don't get scared and therefore there's nothing. No, I mean, yeah, like I get scared for sure, but I don't avoid them because they make me feel uncomfortable or worried or too scared or anything like that. It's just like, if I play games that are intended to scare me, like, yeah, I get scared. And that is not a feeling I find a lot of joy in. So I just look at it and go, that doesn't give me anything. I would much more want other feelings from games. I want joy. I want wonder. I want awe. I want angst. I want, triumph. There's a lot of different feeling like that versus the whole, oh no, I'm scared, I'm going to die. I totally get that feeling from people, and I understand why horror and horror games are popular. Like I can understand why people get a level of joy there, but that's not for me really.
I think I find that I stream horror games more than I play them for myself, because they tend to get more of a reaction out of chat. Like, people enjoy watching people play scary games. But if I were to sit off stream, I'd be the same. Like, it's not the kind of feeling that I'm after from a game. There are games like, I don't know, like Resident Evil, but they're more like puzzle games than scary games, But actual horror games, it's like I'm not after that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those games are almost more like action-y, like they're horror elements, but not necessarily.
They're absolutely, the newer ones are absolutely more action focused. Yeah, like the original ones were more puzzle games, but they're more action now. Yeah,
but stuff like Alien Isolation or whatever,
Oh God, that game, jeez.
Yeah.
That's one that people love to watch on stream. Because I mean, to watch me playing it was just funny, I imagine, because it was just me screaming constantly. But to play that off stream, just on my own, I'd have to be insane.
Yeah,
no, thank you.
I do think that is a big difference in like doing it like on stream for people to watch. Also becomes. It's a different feeling because people join in on it and are enjoying it. And whenever you get super scared, all you see is the lulz and the KEKWs in chats, because people are enjoying it. It's a sort of a shared thing like that. And like that, there's something to that for sure. But yeah,
I feel like it provides a little layer of, like, I don't mind streaming scary things because I guess when you're streaming, you're already slightly disconnected from your real self. You're like, not, I think I'm still me, but there's always that level
I know 100%
of
what you mean.
Yeah. So it like, I find it easier to stream them and not find things as scary as if I was just playing it on my own. I mean, I jumped at blooming Pokemon Snap. Pokemon would appear behind me and I would scream. Like, everything makes me jump.
Oh, it's a Snorlax.
Like, Alex can walk into a room and I'll jump, and he's like, I live in this house with you. I'm home. Like,
do you think you're more jumpy on stream because you're already in a sort of elevated state of emotion? Like, you're already enhancing? Because you're on more when you're in stream, right? Like you are opening yourself up to feel and experience more things because that like, if you're into something and people see you react stronger, people enjoy the stream more. That's just a thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that a lot of people who watch streamers are like, a lot of people say like, oh, they're so fake, but that person though, they're real. They're real. It's like, it's not as
black and white as
thing,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Like there's a middle ground there, and you can have a lot of people that are like Bryony said, like it's pretty much still me, but also it's also streaming you, and like, even if you don't intend to be fake or do a certain thing, you are playing a degree of a role, and you are in a certain state of mind,
Yeah, like if people who don't stream, think of it this way. If you were to sit at your PC and turn on your webcam and put your webcam on the screen in front of you, sit there and just watch yourself, right? You're immediately acting different.
Yeah.
Right. You know that you're on the screen, and you're hyper aware of what you're doing. Yeah. And you're being observed. Picture that, but now you're broadcasting it to the internet. You can't not act different. Even people who claim they don't act differently, they do. They're even the smallest things, just exaggerating a little bit more. Just you play a video game, you play it in silence. You're not going to talk. And I mean, a lot of streamers might do that, but most of them. It's even the tiniest little bit, they're a little bit different.
And specifically, I also want to say that is not a bad thing. Like,
not at all. That's what I'm admitting that I do that.
And I 100% I agree with you on that end as well, because a lot of people don't understand. They when they sort of get a sense, but this feels a little bit fake. This can't be real. Well, it's like, it naturally is. No one is trying to deceive you or like being fake or whatever. Most people are still themselves ultimately. Like, unless
I would be the same. If I was streaming a game on like Discord for my friends, I would be the same, because I know that I'm being watched and being observed, and I want to be entertaining.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if we're in person and you show me an Instagram reel or something, I'm going to be like, yeah. Like, whereas if you send it to me on text, I'll reply, LOL. Yeah. I'm not lolling.
And I don't react.
But it's the same gut feeling. Yeah. It's just that you put it on a bit more because, we're a species that communicate with various signals. And one of those is like noises and facial feature and that sort of stuff. And you do it's a way of communicating, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. And oftentimes to make sure that the other person is getting a more clear idea of what you mean, you exaggerate slightly. You're like, if Kirsty sends something, I think it's funny. Like, I probably maybe crack a smile, maybe, right? But I do really think it's funny. It's just, if I'm sitting on my own and no one's watching, I'm not going to necessarily bust out laughing out loud. But because I did find something funny.
Igbol?
I don't know what that means.
We learned this from Sophie the other day. Igbol. I genuinely burst out laughing.
That's the new lol Lamau.
That's the new lol is Igbol.
Apparently. Yeah. I've never heard it from anyone else. No.
You can't trust Sophie. And also, the less anyone takes what you guys say on the Planet Crafter stream, the better. But,
how dare you?
Oh, I dare.
We're an educational stream.
No, you're not.
Very educational.
But... yes. But if you guys send me something funny in our Instagram group chat, I will. Well, actually, I'm going to say I was going to say I reply Lamau. I use sometimes, but usually it's like a thumbs up or some sort of comment about what's going on. Because that's just how I do things. But the idea in general being you'll say Lamau or but in real life you're like. Because you don't, but you laugh more when you look at something with friends. If you're sitting in a group of friends, you absolutely laugh more than you do on your own.
I do sometimes lol and lamau when people send me reels.
Absolutely.
Usually sometimes I'm very tired.
Something just gets you and you just laugh and it's great. It's very fun.
Yeah. I've literally just cried laughing over Instagram on my own in a room.
Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying usually every time
it does not.
It's not an Igbol. It's just a smile or
it's
whatever.
Just
yeah. I exhaled, I expelled air out of my nose a little bit stronger than usual,
Yes.
Was there anything else you wanted to look up in the book, or do you feel like you've nailed it?
What is there to say? I guess, I don't know. Marriage, jealousy, they're a bit generic terms, a little bit big,
Wife.
Maybe wife. But I feel like people dream about their wife. That makes sense. I'm not married though, so maybe it was something different.
Wife.
I don't know if there's anything because they were all actors, is there anything to think about, what did the wife sort of look like? Not really, probably, because, I didn't... Like I said, it wasn't like I was dreaming about my friends or I dreamt about Bryony. We were married. No, it was another woman that I don't think existed. The other two were probably also actors that I knew, considering that one of them was, Stoya. So they were probably actors or actresses rather that I think that everyone should be actor, not just of a particular gender. We should just say actor is a neutral word. So anyway, side story. But I think So probably, but ultimately, I don't know what specifically to look up on that one. Dinner, meal, drunk. No, we looked at
Dinner, meal,
that.
drunk. Have we looked up actor, like specifically actor?
Yeah,
I can
actually,
look
that
up
could be something.
Because I think that's quite a big
Actor
part
or
of it.
actress, because that is a big part of it. Yeah, that it's sort of non-real.
Actor. To dream of an actor, particularly a famous one, is to become aware of the ego in oneself. Very often we become conscious of the roles we play in life and recognize that we are perhaps not playing the part we really want to in life.
Oh,
Huh. I guess,
That's deep.
yeah.
You should try playing the role of a guy who goes to Bristol. It's weirdly specific, this book.
Man, this book.
well, my book says that both of you should actually go to Hertfordshire.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
you should
Crazy.
go to Boreham Wood.
No, don't go there.
I mean,
It
I guess
also
there's something
says-
there. The idea of like wanting to be an actor, like the someone being an actor in a dream implies there's something different in my life I want to do. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, it goes on to say, we each are actors in our own play. So to see ourselves as actors suggests we may be using an artificial personality or not taking charge of our own destiny. We are being given the opportunity to create a new personality.
Damn.
Damn.
Well,
Who are you going to be this year?
I mean, yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be a new year to change yourself. You can always change yourself, really. And
If it doesn't happen in the first week of January, it's not happening.
Yeah, you may as well wait till next year now.
Oh, you fucked up the first week. Guess their year is wasted.
Yep, it's over.
No, yeah. I feel like it's always good to try to improve yourself. And yeah, you asked about New Year's resolutions earlier, and I didn't
you're
really say
mad at
anything.
me?
Because I'm not mad at you. And in fact, that's what I would like you to stop thinking. But this is big. The reason I didn't say anything was because it's such a basic bitch New Year's resolution, right? But like, I hope to become a better person and feel better this year than last year. And it's kind of the same New Year's resolution I have every year. And some years I fail it and some years I don't. And that's pretty much it. I want to be healthier and happier, and I want to make my life better, and I hopefully want to make my friends' lives better as well. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
I like that.
That's a good one to
I
have.
like it too.
That's a good wrap-up point as well. Just
Sounds
be
like
better,
it, yeah.
forehead.
Just be better.
Be better.
Why aren't you just being better? I don't get it.
Well, thank you, Rythian, for joining us once more.
Thank you so very
Yeah.
much for having me
Thank
on.
you.
I don't even know what you're going to call this. Inconceivably, somehow, even more Rythian
Yes.
dreams.
That's what I aim for every
Stick
time.
with the Hildebrand naming convention.
That's what
pretty
I
much.
want. More Hildebrand
Yeah.
naming conventions. Then it's
Yeah.
easy. We have a list.
Yeah, because they're ahead of us still, so we're good.
Well, thank you for listening, everyone. And until next time, bye-bye for now. But wait, should we say where they can find you? They know where to find
yeah,
you
we
by now,
should do
surely.
They know Rythian.
I'm Rythian everywhere. You
That's
can find me.
Rythian.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, until next time, everyone. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.